It was so fucking worth it. Here, let's try it. I like that. Oh shit.
Spy plane available for tasking.
Spy plane is never overhead.
Die, 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 die! We got it to work that time. I knew we could do that, catch an arrow and shoot it back. But that was the first...
We're full ahead.
How'd you fucking feel?
Yoda made it look easy because Yoda's a dick.
Enemy spy plane inbound.
His head was just popping up. Room in here with the computer and everything running, it's always warm. The wife's like, I want to go in the warm room. I'm like, no, you can't come into the warm room. You know, it's one of my rules. Anyone rude gets killed in a game. And he was rude.
What's going on here?
And it's funny because that's been the Mercer effect has been the nightmare for Mags. Let's see. Look, I don't even have to move it much. There's Thor. He's actually sitting up. That's all. All right. We are live. In fact, I am going to, just in case notifications pop, put an earphone in for a change. We're going to work on our Mad Mage map that we were working on previously. And if we finish it, we may go into our campaign and populate that so it's ready for tomorrow night's game. If we don't feel like doing that, we may populate tomorrow and then do some gaming after. But we'll see what we feel like doing. The boys are in here today, as you see. So when we flip over to our live screen, we'll make sure we fix that as well. So let's go ahead and start working on this. And I need to pull down this. Sorry about that. Allergies are killing me. So here we go. Let's go live. All right. So I'm going to go section by section and see what we need to drop as far as bodies or anything else. Trying to find zone 1. All right. So zone 1 is this trench. And I think we finished the trench. If you notice, you kind of see that there. Let's do this. So once we pull the trace image down, that looks like the walkway going across like it's supposed to. Let's do this. Zoom in. See, it's not super noticeable. It's kind of noticeable, but not terribly. So we can live with that. All right, so I think zone 1, because that is just a trench. is fine. I always do that too. All right, zone 2 is this. We have the scrap metal arch. I'm not I think we're going to leave that just looking like an arch like that. I mean, we could go in and I don't know how it's going to look if we do it. Let's I guess let's do this. Scatter tool. This is our standard thing for these flakes. And we normally do this. I usually drop another color in there just to have it. For some reason it doesn't like to play nice sometimes. I think we're going to need to put this on layer 2, and that would cover that. Let's take the size down on this. Let's take it way down. Drop there and delete it. See, for this to really fit on here, I think we can make it work. It's just going to be a lot of clicking. Killed our hands the last time we did this. And we're going to leave that little outline there to show that it's there. Maybe. This is the arch gate from hell as far as putting it together. And I think around noon I'm going to have to take a 5-minute break. I'm keeping an eye out. We've got nasty weather coming in, so I just... Oh, puppy cam. Let's put that on. We're having an old man moment here. Here we go. That's not it. Come on, where are you? There we go. All right, we're good. So we're going to go ahead and... I think when I laid this in, I was like, we're going to leave it that way, but I don't like how it looks. It's supposed to look like a bunch of crap put together. Now, we can't use the really big pieces like we did there, but we can make it look kind of similar. Just by doing that. Tiny, how's it going this fine day? So we've got that. We've got that. Let's zoom out and see how that looks. That looks better. We'll call that done. All right, so 2 has... This needs Scaladar in here. We'll put that in. When we actually build out this in our campaign. It also has a dozen arbalists. So those need to go in when we set it up in the campaign. So this room is done. No, I'm not tired of hunting down dino robots. I need this map ready for tomorrow night. So I had to make sure it was all prepped. All comes down to a matter of need at this point. So 2A is done. This is 2C. This is 2B. Let's look at 2B. Goblin Captain. I don't see dead bodies, but they have the metal barriers, which we'll have to build little terrain walls for. We put the ogres here. It is a must-make map event. We put these... How many dead bodies did we put in here? 2 ogres clad in armor lie, dead among the metal detritus. So I really don't have ogres. I think I only put one thing in there, and I'm not real happy with that. And the thing should be bigger. So let's select this item out right here. Delete it. I don't think I have an ogre, which disturbs me. We need dead bodies. All right, so let's go D-E-A-D, dead. Let's make it fuzzy logic and do it again. Dead and bread are the same thing, apparently. And then our only other option, see if we go with bodies, this is another reason I keep thinking about leaving Dungeon Draft and moving over to using an art program for this. I've said this for months on end, that I'm contemplating doing this. But the setup, I'm going to have to work on maps offline. I'm not going to do my learning curve online. But see, we don't have any dead ogres. And a horse doesn't cut it. Where I know we can get more dead monsters by doing the plan that I kind of want to do. So let's take a look here. I mean, we're strongly thinking about moving the Clip Studio paint. Still. And none of these look like ogres, so... This was the problem we had the last time. When we were laying this map out. And I always have this issue when you come in and you need dead bodies. We could put like this as an indication of a dead body. How about that? We'll put it under. There's one. Let's just put an indication of dead bodies. How about that? And 2. I think that works. We'll put an indication of the deceased. All right, is 3 on this on this map, or is it down below? The 3 is this section here. Metal wasps, those are going to be things you have to fight. That room's done. And I'm excited about the dodecahedron of doom. Basically, they find a big, giant 12-sided die, and they roll it on a 1 to 2. It explodes and is destroyed. Everything in a 20-foot area has to make a saving throw or take 98 force damage. It casts light on itself with a 3/4, which is just funny and useless. Casts Ray of Frost, targeting a random creature, so one of the party's going to get hit. Shocking Grasp, darkness on itself, which is funny. Next creature to touch it gains 1d10 temporary hit points for an hour if they roll an 11 to 12. But I'm looking forward to somebody. I know who will probably roll this, and they are very, very, very extremely likely to roll a 1 or a 2. So that's awesome. And then the orb of gonging, when they find it, it's like, let's just announce ourselves to everybody here. You know, it's going to be heard out to a range of 600 feet. So half the map will hear, and they'll be like, some dumbass is in the junk room. So everyone will be on alert. All right, room 4 is called the Pretty Big Hate Machine. And that is up here. And I need to build the Pretty Big Hate Machine. So I'm not sure how we're going to do it. This is the Pretty Big Hate Machine right here. So this thing's made of wood, metal, and stone, called Shock Stomper. It's a 30-foot diameter saucer-shaped platform mounted at the top, 7 mechanical legs. So I'm curious. I'm going to look on the D&D site if they have Shock Stomper built out. Curious. Let's take a look. I'm going to look on D&D Beyond. We need to see if they have Shock Stomper. Yes, if there's a chance. Well, here's the thing. If there's a chance for characters to die stupidly, through their own actions, not thinking, not trying to identify an object, and I know that I have players who are just going to pick shit up and blow themselves up, because that's what they do all the time. I mean, it's expected. So I do believe it's funny as hell when they die stupidly through their own lack of thought in a campaign. I'm pulling up my camera so I can see when my groceries come. Starting tomorrow, I mean, the freaking weather forecast is basically, it's going to suck. That's all they really need to say. Late tomorrow night, we're going to start getting freezing rain and stuff. They're calling for over Thursday, depending on where you live. Here, we're expecting 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch of ice on the ground. So that's going to suck. So between Wednesday night and Thursday morning, just going to suck. And I don't feel like going out because I know how people are here. They're going to be desperately going out buying milk and toilet paper and invading all the stores because they are panic crazy over weather here. So I'm not really stocking up. I'm making sure I've got meals through Friday. So I ordered the stuff that I want to eat through the rest of the week. Instead of going shopping, I'm going to have a dude deliver it because Walmart Plus does that. And, we're set for the week. So I just have to watch for them to come. That's pretty much it. I guarantee you, if I were to go to the store this afternoon, there would be no milk or toilet paper anywhere because people panic buy. We might not be able to go out for a day. We might run out of milk and toilet paper. That's their fucking mental thing. What the fuck? People are crazy. They really are. So Shock Stomper. Pretty big. Hate Machine, Compendium. Nope, they never added it, did they? Motherfuckers. I guess you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to create the creature inside of my campaign. I guess that's what I'm going to do. I'll just create a creature and pull it in. I'll create a construct, give it these stats. I mean, the stats on this thing are crazy. So here's the thing. I know the players are going to do this. The one guy's going to try to get up and get on there and try to take it over, and you can't do it. So he's going to get on there. If you're in contact with it, you may have to make a saving throw, or you take 4d10 lightning damage. Bam. So that guy's going to die really quick. And has 3 lightning turret attacks. The lightning turret does 8d10 damage, and it has stomp attacks. So it can make 5 attacks per round, 3 lightning turret attacks and 2 stomp attacks. The lightning turret attacks do 8d10. The stomp attacks do 3d10 plus 6 bludgeoning damage, and it's going to be freaking awesome. Now, they will be able to shut it down if they get on top and they manage to survive, because you have to use a massive strength check, which the guy that's going to go up there is not going to have the strength check ability. And then they've got to do damage to something inside, which is going to be awesome. They're just going to be getting electrocuted and everything else. It's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to this. Yes, there are times when I can be an evil DM. So Shock Stomper, we're going to put that up here when we import the map into Foundry. All right, so room 5. You know what I need to do? Let me pop open my folder, and I'm going to open up the map itself. This is a map. We finished this map a while ago. I'm going to pull it up on the screen, and the issue is it's just too big for 2 of my players' computers. They can't view it, so I'm redoing it. It'll actually look nicer when I'm done than the original map did, but this thing was just... What did we do? We spent 2 days putting these scrap piles together when we started mapping this. So I'm going to... Here, let's pop up the original map we made. I mean, I wasn't in love with these maps, let's be honest. So here's the original map that we made. And, you know, it was pretty much, this was the hassle making it. And this was using a lot of the old original items that came with it, and I think a few things from Forgotten Adventures or whatever that one is that I use some of my assets for. I mean, I think this looked a little bit nicer when we did it originally, but we're going to keep it. We're going to keep what we're doing now. But definitely the floor will look nicer. The forges and all are better, so do what you got to do. It's just the way it is. And I need to put the quenching container in there if I have one, because you can't forge without quenching. If you know what you're doing when you're forging, it's just the way it is. So that's the original that we did. Not super enthusiastic about that, but I need to open up this so I don't have to keep scrolling up and down. I'm going to put that up here. I'm going to be looking all over the place today. All right, so 4 is done. I'm pretty sure 5 is done, but let's take a look. Let me close this out. All right, so 5 is this, the scrap metal warren. And what's going on? There we go. So we did this. We built it out so it kind of looks like the scrap metal warren, but we also created the walls because we don't have much choice on the wall construction. The outside, they'll be able to see the pile going up, which will have elevation to it. But then you go in, and I really didn't have anything to put in to substitute for some of these older type walls, so I used these. And I think it'll look okay when it's done. I mean, we can, again, let's do what we've been doing. We take the trace image down. It doesn't look horrible. I mean, it's not awesome, but it doesn't look horrible. If we're being honest, everything doesn't have to be perfect. It kind of does, but it doesn't have to be perfect. All right, so the R's on here are rust monsters. And then I think this right here is going to have 10 lava children. In the walls, it'll come out and kill everybody. So this is done. Now the thing with this, if they try to climb on this where it's just piled up, it can cause an avalanche. And then you fall prone and you get 2d6 piercing damage because all that metal and shit's coming down, stabbing you. All right, so 6, the back tunnel, that is the northwest corner of the map. Let's see what's up there. This is the back tunnel. Lying against the walls of a 20-foot high tunnel are mutilated corpses of 10 hobgoblins. There are 3 Scaladar in there. Okay, so we just need... I think what we'll do is we're going to put them in here. We'll put them right in here, so we need some corpses. Some of them need to be chopped in half. I mean, this is a very happy thing, isn't it? Because some have been chopped in half by claws. They've all been mutilated. I mean, there should be pieces everywhere. This is... They don't need to be burned. They just need to be torn up. Somebody just coming into the stream. They don't need to be burned. They just need to be torn up. You know, that's awesome. See, the burning wouldn't do anything. The Scaladar have what? Claw and sting attack. The lightning damage, you know what? There we go. Let's do that. I mean, lightning does burn. Kind of cooks you from the inside out. So let's go for it. Lightning damage. Let's go for it, baby. So these things are going to need to be small. Ten hobgoblins. And when I say small, I don't really mean they need to be small, but these are 10-foot squares, so we need 5. That's 4, right? We're gonna put his body part half down the hallway. Or let's put it across the room. We'll say the claws went through it. So that's 4 dead bodies. Five. We don't have a great variety of positions, do we? 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. We'll call that done. So they're going to come in, find the dead bodies. The Scalador will come in from the opposite direction where they are, so they have time to do what they need to do, because it kind of suggests that. And then bam! So I think what I'll do is place the Scalador in the walls when I place them. And then, wherever they come from, if they came from here, I'll have them come in from here and attack them, and we'll go for it. Because they need time to see and identify the bodies and all that good stuff. Oh, look, a douchebag. Time out and report, because every last one of these are like links to stupid porn sites. Oh, hold on. This might be my food. I'll be right back. I'll be another minute. Always something. So I need to go in real quick while I'm sitting here. They kind of fucked my order. So I'm going to take care of that. Hey, the Greek Geek. This is level 13. Was it Trebrian's Graveyard or something like that? And I think you probably weren't in when I showed it. I had done this originally, and I've talked about this before in other streams. I did this originally a good while ago, and this was the map. Unfortunately, this thing is like, I think 11,000 pixels high, and I've got two players that their PCs can't read the map. So I redid it so that, let me zoom out here. It's split, so it's the top half and the bottom half. So this way they'll be able to, what I'll do is, there's a thing called multi-level in Foundry. I'll place teleportation points like here, here, and I think this goes up and connects. Let me look at the map. Yeah, this goes and connects to the top map. This connects to the top, and this one does. So I'll put teleportation points on Foundry on the top half map there, and that way the characters, as they walk down there, they'll actually teleport directly into the bottom half of the map and just keep going. It'll be seamless for them. And that's my workaround, because unfortunately these are 10 by 10 squares, so these maps are freaking huge. And it really does cause problems for you if you have somebody who has a computer that can't handle anything above an 8192 pixel limit. And unfortunately, that ends up being all of my Mac players. And the one has an M1 MacBook Air that came out last year. That one still has the 8192 pixel limit on it. I'm not sure about like the M1 MacBook Pros, the 14 and 16s. They have double the GPU cores, so they may be able to do more, but I haven't been able to test that. But not not having players that have that equipment, I can't actually check and make sure. It's no point in making sure. Let me put it that way. Oh, it's the wrong email address. I just had stuff delivered because I don't feel like going out to go to the store, and my order kind of got fucked. There we go. And on the app, I can't go in and say if there are issues. Oh, wow. So that's the issue right there. Okay, they adjusted it. I'm going to have to... It's fine. Usually they send me a thing. I didn't get a notification of the substitutions, but that's good. Now I don't have to freak out anymore. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm turning this into a two-part map to make life easier. And I'll admit I designed these maps around using Foundry since that's my virtual tabletop. And that's why when I make these maps, I always say they're going to be points like in here, here, and here. You're going to want to use multi-levels to be able to teleport between sections. And I'll put this up on my Patreon, as always, for free. That's what I really use it for, is to let you be able to use the maps that I'm making. All right, so 6. That's going to be this zone right here. Or 7, I mean. So we have the palace laid out. Now we have to do our interior decorating and put our doors in. So the palace sealed up by 7-foot diameter circular doors, each one made of riveted iron plates. So what I need to put in are, I'm just going to put in regular doors that go across here. And let's go ahead and get that done. So portal tool. See if we can find some metal doors. We have a lot of doors. Wooden door, wooden door, wooden door. How about it? How about that? What do we think looks good for a metal door? Well, I like that. There we go. I think what we're going to have to do is turn anchored off. And then I'm going to drop this. And we're going to test the light leak on it. There we go. That door works. So we'll do it like that. I always test because sometimes when you put these things in, you know, depending on where the character's sitting, they may be able to see through, but if we can kill the light leak, we're good. So it's going to go... It'll go right there. There. How many other doors do we need? I think they're all exterior doors, aren't they? That's what it looks like. Apparently, whoever lives here, they like an open air layout where they don't have doors between rooms. We're going to test all of our light leaks once these are put in. I believe that's all the doors. And we can always make adjustments if we need to. All right, light tool, no leak. And when I'm talking about light leaks, I'm always talking about whether or not line of sight will be broken so they can look in and see from the other side. Because you never want that. All right, do we have all our portals in? Looks like we do. Go around the outside, just make sure once again that all our portals are down. And then we can start decorating. The most exciting thing in dungeon building. All right. So this one's a sneaky one. There's a glyph of warding inside every door. And because it's inside, they won't be able to detect it. And it's on the inside of a metal door, which basically is going to block the ability to see that that thing's there. So if you don't have a key and you try to get in, you're going to get zapped. All right, so 7A. This will be a junk room. There's a 2-foot high hexagonal table. Scavenge bits of broken machinery and scraps of food. So it doesn't look like there's junk all over the floor. So let's find a table. And I'm pretty sure I don't have a hexagonal table. We'll see. Let's see if there's one I might be able to bring in. I mean, no, that doesn't have the proper angle to even construct it. Let's do this. Look at that. I did that and it still brings up table napkins. That's why. Table napkins. What the fuck? So we're down to circles, squares, rectangles. So I believe what I'm going to do is just put a table in that we like, because we don't really have exactly what it calls for. So, I mean, we could put this in even if we did this, we couldn't make it work. I don't think. Let's mess with something. So let's say we go, let's snap this thing. We went there. So we could make a hexagonal table, and then I guess we could put stuff on top of it. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be 6 sides, right? We'll recolor it. But in fact, if we color it so it's dark, might not be bad. Let's take a look. Can we color this? Yeah, we can. All right, so let's do this. Let's go fairly dark, except, and we're gonna have to make it big. There's nothing we can do about that. And then if we throw a bunch of stuff on here, you won't even be able to see these lines. So this is on layer 1. We're going to do layer 2, and then we'll start putting stuff over top. All right, so 2-foot high table. It doesn't say how big it is, so we can make it as big as we want. So we do have a hexagonal table. Made of welded scrap metal covered with scavenged bits of broken machinery and scraps of food. So we can use our scrap metal method. We're going to do this at like 0.4 and this at 0.2. And then we'll leave those colors that way. Take snap off. And the table dark like this does make it a little more difficult to see what we're doing. But as long as we get rid of these cracks, that's our goal. All right. Scavenge bits of broken machinery. So I guess now what we'll do, let's do this. Metal. Let's select anything other than what we used for our table. going to put this on layer 3. Let's put that there. I know it's a lock, but they're not going to know that. Why not? Let's take the scale down a little bit. Put that there. A lot of broken metal pots here. Don't need manacles. That's a door handle. What is this? Kind of looks like a broken piece of something, so we can put that there. Let's do this. That's way too big. I mean, I guess we could scale it down, but that's only a half pipe. Let's see how far we can scale this thing down. It's not really going to show up, but we're going to put it there. I think that gives us enough indication of some busted stuff. All right. 7B is over here. There's an unmade bed, a drafting table, and an iron safe. So there's an arch gate here. We need that. And we're going to use our normal arch gate items, which come from... Did I not bring that asset pack in? Let's take a look. There's no way I didn't bring that in. I know I brought it in because we have... I know we brought it in. There we go. We always use these for our arch gates. All right, so set in the west wall is a stone arch decorated with inlaid images of dancing goblins. Carved into the arch's keystone is the letter D. And let's be honest, most of that does not matter. We just need that to be right there. Let's take the shadow off. And we're good. Archgate, done. All right, so these alcoves in the bottom, we need a privy, toilet, and a kitchenette. All right, we need to take this down in size. Doesn't say which one is which, so we're just going to place one here. Actually, this is made for giants. Look at that. We'll leave it like that. See what shows up in kitchenware. Actual kitchenware. All right, here we go. Here we go. A rusty stove. We're going to put that there. Now there's some dirty pots and stuff. It's good enough. We need a bed. I'm going to assume the bed will go here, right next to the kitchen, because that makes sense. Let's take this down to normal size. Let's see. So we'll put the bed here. So you bring up draft. It's probably picking up a dead draft horse, right? So let's go back to tables. This is what I like. So the safe that's in the room, it says a character who spends 1 minute with an ear pressed to the safe door can try to pick the safe's combination lock, doing so with a successful DC 25 perception check. Perception and dexterity are not the same check. And basically, you just need a knock spell. Which none of my casters have. Because, nothing ever needs to be unlocked. All right, so we need... First, let's see if there's a safe in here. Of course not. A bed is safe, really? Let's look for chests. We're just going to put in a metal chest there. So that's not working. Shit. Let's do that. I need a table. We're going to put that up here. No real description of the table other than a drafting table, so we're just gonna put a table here and maybe put some documents on it. All right, so that takes care of 7B. 7C. All right, so 7C, there needs to be a table. Doesn't describe it, so we can use anything. Let's go with let's change our color here. Let's do that. And then we just need some paper. So we're going to do this. All right, we're good there. All right, so that room's done. Room 8. Let's zoom out. I think we've gotten everything on the top done. So the top's done. Let's save. Level 13 top. Save. And close that one out. And let's go to the bottom. I'm thinking we might be close to being done on this. So I did say I wanted quench tanks in here. Let's see if they have them. Has a coal trough. Forge. No quench tanks. It's disappointing. So we're going to put coal troughs next to these. Even though I don't think these forges need them. We'll call those done. So, and then this scrap pile is where all the metal comes from, so we don't need anything else. Room 9. These are our metallic pools that we made, so those are done. Room 10. Just has a campfire. Right there. Room 11. We got a lot of this done before, so that's a good thing. It's 11A, 11B, we finished that. 12A, B, and C has all of this, and then we need to put, the last thing we need to put in is the NPC up there. So, I'll be honest, I'm kind of shocked, but I think the mapping is done. So let's do this. Go here. That tells us it goes down to level 14. We need that one there to let us know which is our exit. Our entrance was labeled on the top up there. This map is complete. And I would be honest, we don't need these in there. I forgot that this is all of these forges like have this elemental plane element to them. So I don't need cold drops. I wish we had a quench tank, but we don't. Just goes to show you the guys who make some of these assets not familiar with the forge process, because you need a quench tank to harden the steel. There we go. All right. Holy shnikes. All right, so that's the bottom map. I'm going to put notations here. And we'll reopen the other map. And we'll put notations there as well. There's my text. I can't see it because the camera's in the way. And we always do bold. And then we do a little bit bigger. Let's do 48. We'll do it like this. Do that. And then I think I brought the objects in that I need. The glyphs. They're in. I use these once in a while. I always bring them in just in case. But put those there. And let's save. So we're going to reopen the top map. We're going to add our notations down there. I think we're done. Bold, we usually do 48. Why does that look bigger? Do that. Do that. Done. Oh, you know what? Let's, I'm pretty sure we labeled that on the bottom down there. I'm positive we did, but we're going to double check. Never hurts to make sure. And there it is. All right, so the top and bottom maps are complete. All right, so I really expected to take a lot longer to finish this map up. I didn't realize how far we got. But our top and bottom maps are complete. You know what? I'll go in and I'll show you how I export. I'm not even going to worry about that. I'm going to export these. I will upload the DD to VTT files as well as JPEGs later today, and that'll give a two-piece version of this map. I think what I'll do tomorrow is go in and populate the map and set up the multi-levels between the two maps on my server. But when I redid the stream, I didn't set up that, so I'd be able to do it on here, and I prefer not to have the website address and all that stuff up there. But we will be on in a little while. I've got something to take care of real quick, and I think we're going to get back to shooting robots and that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna do it early. I'm probably gonna drink my lunch, so I'm ready to work out this afternoon and get back on, and we'll play some Horizon Zero Dawn and see how much farther we can get. I think we're getting pretty close to closing out the story, but I'm not sure. But that'll be it for our mapping for the day. I really did expect to take longer, but I'm happy we're done. So tomorrow, like I said, we're going to go and populate Foundry and take it from there. So if we don't catch you when we get back on later this afternoon, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Everybody have an awesome day. If you're in the path of these stupid storms that are coming up, stay safe, and we'll catch you next time.